Last week at the start of the show, I said that this week I'd have an update for you on the two stories that the bureaucratic and legal tyrants who rule over us don't believe we have a right to know. I said that by this week we'd have some answers. Well, we don't. Sorry. In relation to the first story, we still can't tell you who the traitor is who was an elected member of one of our governments. Neither of the two major political parties seem to want the traitor to be named, let alone face the justice that he or she should face, which is a very, very long time in jail. So I'm sorry, we have no update on that one, but we will keep on trying. Just to recap, if you missed the story, the boss of ASIO, Australia's spy agency, revealed about a week and a half ago that a former Australian politician was recruited by a foreign spy agency several years ago. Recruited means employed and paid to spy on Australia by a foreign country. The general opinion and consensus is that the foreign country is China, but the ASIO boss wouldn't say. He also wouldn't say if it was a federal or state politician or which parliament the MP sat in or which party he was from. And his bosses, Albo and the government, aren't forcing him to say. So, stuff you, Australia. You have no right to know, and even the Liberal Party don't seem to care too much. Peter Dutton's made some calls for the person to be named, but is hardly driving the matter forcefully. The National Party's Barnaby Joyce was the one who had enough guts to at least tell the Today Show this week that there is an active spy, or has been, within our government, and what we do know is that China is behind it. Australia must be, he said, as strong as possible, as quickly as possible. He's damn right about that one. One of Albo's ministers, Annika Wells, she's Australia's Minister for Aged Care and Sport, just in case you've never heard of her, she resisted probing from Channel 9 political reporter Peter Fegan on the Today Show this week.
Pete, seriously, this is a bit of an issue when you're hearing about politicians who potentially revealing Australian secrets here. We need to know who they are, we need to know who we can trust, we need to know how this is manifested.
What, Australian politicians not being truthful with us? That's not, surely not, Sarah, surely not. Minister, come on, you know who it is. I can see straight through you. You know who it is. Come on.
I genuinely do not, and I just want to reassure you that with respect to our national intelligence, I am a vault. They will not get me.
Oh, tee-hee-hee, woo-hoo. It's all so funny, isn't it? Just a good old laugh. Better get back to married at first sight. That'll be one good thing when China's communists finally do take over Australia. There'll be no married at first sight under communist rule. They're way too smart to put garbage like that on state TV. So why does this giant of political leadership, the 38-year-old Ms. Annika Wells, not know who it is or think that we don't have a right to know either?
It's in our interest to know who it was, though, right? I mean, we need to be able to trust our politicians, and this completely undermines all of that, Annika.
Well, I imagine, and I'm imagining here that there are probably legal issues at work that are precluding that, but I'll leave that for Mike Burgess to explain.
Oh, legal issues. And she's imagining. We pay them all this money to imagine. Okay. Wow, we're in really good hands, aren't we? Leaders like Annika Wells with their hands firmly on the wheel. No, Annika, sorry, we aren't falling for such a lame excuse. You are the law. The law is in the hands of the Parliament representing us, the people. So you make him tell us, or you give us a damn good reason why you can't. Anyway, the second story we promised to update you on, but we can't, concerns a violent race crime that a court in Melbourne has put a suppression order on, and as at the time of recording this week's show, we have not had news of the lifting of that order. But we will keep an eye on that one.